I'm Jamie O'Kane, CPA, Small Business Advanced Tax Planning and Compliance Extraordinaire, and this is the Abundant Beans Podcast, the podcast that takes my love for learning what makes people tick while digging into the good, bad, and ugly of small business ownership. We strive to give you the insight that only those in the trenches of being and working with entrepreneurs can provide. All right, guys, so we're going to do a couple solo episodes. Big issue probably coming down the pipe for a lot of accountants and also those accountants' clients. With all of the tax changes in the last year and a half, the pandemic, and just really everything, your accountants are tired. They're real tired, and I am seeing a lot of them firing clients. They're offloading clients. They're deciding to change the model of their business. So we're going to have a lot of orphan clients, I'm calling them, out there looking for new accountants. So I wanted to do a two-part series on how to be a client that the accountants might want, and then also how to find an accountant, how to find a good fit for you and your business. So today we're going to start with how to be a client your dream accountant wants to work with. I know we don't dream about like our dream accountant, but we like to pretend that you do dream about us. So the first thing to know about, or to know when you're thinking about how to be a good client, is to know what you want. What are your long-term goals? What do you want out of your business? What is your business going to do for you? If you know those things, it's a lot easier for you to find an accountant that fits with those things. If your entire goal to work with an accountant is just tax compliance, makes it pretty easy. But if you have communication needs, or there's things you want to do with your accountant and have them have their hands in, you need to know what that's going to need to look like. The next step is to figure out what you have. Most business owners have no idea what entity type they are. They don't know that their bookkeeping is an actual mess. A lot of that stuff has gone by the wayside. That might be why your previous accountant let you go. Could be one of the reasons. So what do you have and what's important? And if you have an S corporation, for example, one of my favorite soapboxes, are you in compliance? Is your payroll being run? Do you understand what having an S corp means? Do some research around that. Spend some time understanding your tax situation a little better so that you can properly find an accountant that works for you. The next thing is to be, again, realistic about the state of your tax and accounting situation. Have the books not been updated for a year? Now is the time. Has the payroll not been run for year end? Do you know what you're doing with your profit sharing? Have you not done tax returns for years? What compliance needs to happen? Figure that out so that when you're looking for somebody, you know what you have and what needs to be fixed. If you were recently disengaged by your previous accountant, ask them why. Why you? Why your business? They may not be 100% willing to answer that question, but let them know that you're trying to mend your ways and you want to know how you can be a better client going forward for your next accountant. And then think about your previous relationship with your previous accountant. Think about what you really liked about that relationship and what you would change. So you know going forward that you're finding the best fit for you and your business. This is the big one. Mend your ways. It's time. It's time to come correct, because a lot of the time people are getting rid of clients that aren't timely with requests, don't read things, don't ask pertinent questions, have a mess of their books, don't know where their tax documents are. Your next accountant is going to require you to be organized. It's very important that when you find the ideal accountant, that you be the ideal client for them. So you're going to want to get in compliance. Stop using your business like a personal bank account, because that's where we find a lot of problems. Be responsive to your accountant. If they ask you for documents, Or if they ask you a question, respond to them and respond to them completely. If they give you a list of documents, don't just give them the first 2 and then ask them a week later if they have everything. Take the time to be responsive. Get organized. This is so important. Know what your tax documents are. This is on you. This is your responsibility. We're just here to help facilitate it. Where are your tax documents? Where are your bank statements? Are the books done? If they're not, be prepared to pay for them to get done. And be real serious with yourself about the state of your bookkeeping. If your cousin's aunt's daughter's dog is doing the bookkeeping and they don't have any bookkeeping background, you might want to make sure that they're correct and know that you're probably going to pay for fixes. Understand your new accountant systems. So if they say, oh, we only work virtually, don't try to send them paper. If they only work with paper, don't ask them where their portal is. Be willing to work with their systems and not go around them. And then trust them, and then pay any invoices on time. The easiest way to make people feel appreciated is to pay them. I talk about this all the time on the podcast. The easiest way to create goodwill with the people you want to work with is to pay them. Pay them on time and pay them a market rate. I asked Tax Twitter what people could do to be good clients. I'm going to read you just a couple of these. Don't require reminders. So take responsibility for your own tax situation. Don't try to negotiate fees. Again, we're tired. We're not playing. Our prices are our prices. One of my favorite people said they didn't just get fired from another firm. If you did get fired from another firm, be willing to talk about that and be willing to explain what happened and how you're going to fix it. Let's see. Read your instructions. Be kind and courteous. Don't constantly ask for updates on things. Every time somebody asks for an update, we have to stop, give an update, and then we're further behind on absolutely everything else. Know what you've done. Know what estimated tax payments you've made during the year. Have your record keeping ready to go. Somebody said, how soon can I do this? Or when should I find an accountant? Today. If you don't have an accountant for next year, today is the day. Don't try to do this in January. Don't try to do it in February. It's not going to be the experience you want, and it won't be the fit that you want. Somebody just said respectful. It's been a hard couple years for everybody, but just know that your tax person has probably had it a lot worse. 6 or 7 sets of legislation, and they just want to do the best they can for their current clients. And bringing you in needs to be an investment, a good fit for them, and a good fit for you. That's it. So take some of these. Really the biggest. We like to do that big action item. What needs to happen with your stuff? That's your action item. What do you need? What happened with your previous accountant? And if you didn't have a previous accountant, what kind of an accountant do you want? And what are your goals long term? In the next episode, we will talk about how to find that accountant. That's it. Until next time, be abundant.